Chapter 21. The Investigation. Determined to uncover the source of the new threat, Lila and Victor began to investigate. They revisited the ancient texts and notes left by their predecessors, hoping to find clues that might explain the resurgence of the shadows. One night, while poring over Daniel's old journals, Lila found a passage that caught her eye. It described a forgotten ritual, one that was said to bind the darkness permanently, but required a sacrifice of great significance. The binding sacrifice, Lila read aloud. It's said to seal the darkness forever, but it demands a life, the life of the one who performs it. Victor looked grim. That would explain why it was never used. Such a cost, it's unthinkable. Lila nodded, her heart heavy. But if it's the only way to protect Frosthaven, we have to consider it. Victor placed a hand on her shoulder. We must be sure it's the only way. Let's explore every option first. Chapter 22. An Unlikely Ally. As they continued their search for answers, a stranger arrived in Frosthaven. He was a young man, rugged and weather-worn, with a deep, intense gaze. He introduced himself as Elias, a wanderer with knowledge of ancient rituals and dark forces. "I've heard of your village and the battles you fought," Elias said. "I believe I can help you. I've studied the darkness and the rituals used to combat it." Lila was wary but intrigued. "What brings you here now, Elias? Why offer your help?" Elias's eyes softened. "I've seen the destruction darkness can bring. I lost my home to it. When I heard of Frosthaven's resilience, I knew I had to come. Together, we might find a way to stop this." Victor nodded slowly. "Any help is welcome. We need all the knowledge we can gather." Elias joined their efforts, bringing fresh insights and new perspectives. He spoke of ancient guardians and forgotten spells, of rituals that could strengthen the barriers against darkness without the ultimate sacrifice. Chapter 23. The Final Confrontation. As the shadows grew more restless, Lila, Victor, and Elias worked tirelessly to prepare for the final confrontation. They gathered the villagers, explaining the gravity of the situation and the steps they needed to take. "We will perform a series of rituals," Lila announced. "With Elias's help, we believe we can strengthen the seal on the lake and prevent the darkness from breaking free. But we need everyone to participate. Unity is our greatest strength." The villagers, though fearful, were resolute. They had faced darkness before and had always triumphed through their unity and courage. They gathered at the lake, forming a circle around its darkened surface, their voices rising in a powerful chant. Elias guided them through the rituals, his knowledge proving invaluable. As they chanted, the air crackled with energy, and the shadows beneath the ice seemed to recoil. The villagers held their ground, their faith and determination unwavering. Suddenly, the ice cracked, and a dark figure emerged from the depths. It was a manifestation of the darkness, a swirling mass of shadows and malice. Lila stepped forward, her heart pounding but her resolve firm. "You will not take our village," she declared. "We stand united against you." The dark figure roared, its voice a cacophony of despair and anger. But the villagers' chant grew louder, their unity and light overpowering the darkness. Elias joined Lila, their combined strength focusing the energy of the ritual. With a final, resounding chant, the darkness was pushed back, the figure dissolving into the night. The ice on the lake shimmered with a bright, purifying light, and the oppressive presence lifted. The morning after the final confrontation, the village of Frosthaven awoke to a new dawn. The lake, once a source of fear, now glistened peacefully under the sunlight. The shadows had been banished, their threat neutralized by the unity and courage of the villagers. Lila stood at the edge of the lake, Victor and Elias by her side. They had faced the darkness together and emerged victorious. "Thank you, Elias," Lila said, her voice filled with gratitude. "Your knowledge saved us." Elias smiled. "It was your courage and unity that made the difference." Frosthaven is a testament to the strength of community. Victor nodded. "We've learned that no matter how great the darkness, the light of our unity can always overcome it." The villagers held a celebration, honoring their heroes and reaffirming their commitment to protect their home. Lila, now more than ever, was seen as a true guardian of Frosthaven, her leadership guiding them through the darkest of times. As the years passed, the story of Frosthaven's triumph over the darkness was passed down through generations, a tale of bravery, unity, and the enduring power of hope. The village continued to thrive, ever watchful, ever hopeful, and forever united against the shadows. And so, the legacy of Frosthaven lived on, a beacon of light in a world where darkness could never truly conquer the human spirit. Chapter 24: Legacy of Light. With the darkness vanquished and the village thriving, Frosthaven entered a period of unprecedented prosperity. The villagers, their spirits high, worked together to ensure that the lessons of the past were never forgotten. They established a council of elders, with Lila at its head, dedicated to preserving the knowledge and rituals that had protected their home for generations. Elias, having found a new home in Frosthaven, continued to share his extensive knowledge of ancient rituals and dark forces. He became a mentor to the younger generation, teaching them not only about the dangers of the darkness, but also about the importance of unity, courage, and compassion. One day, as the first snow of the season began to fall, Lila gathered the children of the village for a special lesson. They sat in a circle around her, their eyes wide with anticipation. "Today," Lila began, "I want to tell you about the guardians of Frosthaven. We are all guardians, tasked with protecting our village and ensuring that the light of hope and unity never fades." She told them stories of Father Parson, Daniel, Victor Hale, and Elias, each of whom had played a crucial role in preserving the village's safety. The children listened intently, their faces glowing with admiration and determination. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the snowy landscape, Lila felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The future of Frosthaven was in good hands, and the legacy of light would continue to shine brightly. Chapter 25: The Watchers. The village continued to grow and evolve, its people ever vigilant against the return of darkness. They maintained the traditions and rituals that had been passed down through generations, their unity a powerful shield against any threat. Years turned into decades, and the children who had once sat at Lila's feet grew into capable and wise leaders. They took up the mantle of guardianship, ensuring that Frosthaven remained a place of safety and hope. Among these new leaders was a young woman named Alara, named after the legendary Keeper of Secrets. She had shown a remarkable aptitude for learning and a deep commitment to her village. Under her guidance, Frosthaven's defenses were strengthened, and the bonds of community were reinforced. Alara often visited the lake, a place that had once been a symbol of fear but was now a testament to the village's resilience. She would sit by the water's edge, reflecting on the stories of the past and drawing inspiration for the future. One crisp autumn evening, as Alara sat by the lake, she noticed something unusual. The surface of the water began to ripple, and a faint, ethereal glow emerged from the depths. She watched in awe as a figure appeared, shimmering with light. It was the spirit of Father Parson, his presence a comforting and guiding force. "Alara," he spoke, his voice soft and reassuring, "you and your people have done well. Frosthaven is strong because of your unity and vigilance. But remember, the darkness can never be truly eradicated. It can always return, seeking new ways to breach your defenses. Stay vigilant and continue to pass on the knowledge and the rituals that have kept your village safe." Alara nodded, her heart swelling with pride and determination. "We will, Father Parson. We will honor your legacy and ensure that Frosthaven remains a beacon of light." Chapter 26: The Eternal Vigil. As the years passed, Alara's leadership proved instrumental in maintaining the strength and unity of Frosthaven. She instituted new traditions, blending the old rituals with modern practices, creating a resilient and adaptable community. The village continued to hold annual vigils at the lake, each year renewing their commitment to protect their home. The stories of their ancestors, the battles fought, and the darkness overcome were passed down through generations, a living history that bonded the people of Frosthaven together. Elias, now an elder statesman, looked upon the village with pride. His teachings had taken root, and the younger generation had embraced the responsibility of guardianship. He often spent his days in the village library, chronicling the events and ensuring that no detail was forgotten. One winter's night, as a fierce storm raged outside, the villagers gathered in the great hall, their spirits high despite the howling wind. Alara stood before them, her voice strong and clear. "We are the Watchers," she declared. "We stand united against the darkness, our light shining brightly. Frosthaven is more than a village. It is a symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit." The villagers cheered, their voices rising in a powerful chorus. They knew that as long as they remained united, they could face any challenge, any threat, and emerge victorious. The story of Frosthaven became a legend, known far and wide as a tale of courage, unity, and triumph over darkness. Travelers and scholars came from distant lands to learn from the village's wisdom and to witness the strength of its people. Alara, Elias, and the Council of Elders ensured that the legacy of Frosthaven was preserved, its lessons shared with the world. The village itself became a beacon, a place where the light of hope and unity shone brightly, guiding others through the darkest of times. And so, the village of Frosthaven lived on, its people ever watchful, ever hopeful, and forever united against the shadows. The legacy of light continued to shine, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the belief that no darkness could ever truly conquer the light. Chapter 27: The Return of the Wanderer. One spring morning, a stranger arrived in Frosthaven. He was a tall, sturdy man with weathered features and eyes that had seen much of the world. He introduced himself as Kale, a wanderer and scholar of the supernatural. "I've heard tales of Frosthaven's resilience," Kale said, his voice carrying a hint of admiration. "I've come seeking knowledge and perhaps to share what I have learned in my travels." Alara welcomed him with open arms, recognizing the importance of new perspectives and insights. Kale was given a place in the village, and he soon became a part of their community, sharing stories of his adventures and the dark forces he had encountered. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kale sat with Alara and Elias by the lake. He spoke of a new threat he had encountered, a force of darkness that seemed to be growing stronger with each passing day. "I believe this darkness is connected to what you have faced here," Kale said, his expression serious. "It feeds on fear and despair, and it is spreading." Alara listened intently, her mind racing. "Do you think it could reach Frosthaven?" Kale nodded. "It's possible. But with your knowledge and the strength of this community, we can prepare and defend against it."